Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm creating this tutorial for you guys and I'm using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. There has been so much talk about this palette, so I'm excited to try this out for myself and see what I think. So let me show you the inside of this palette. So this is what it looks like. I'm not going to say much more. I'm not even going to say my thoughts or anything. You're going to have to wait until the end of the video to see what I think about this palette. So if you guys want to stick around to see how I got this look using the new Subculture palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, then just keep on watching. I'm going into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. The first shadow that I'm picking up is Roxy. With my Sigma E40 taper blending brush, I'm going to run this shadow through my crease. And then I'm going to pick up a little more and blend that onto my lid. It is going to get it covered up, but I like to sometimes just layer shadows because I feel like it really flows nicer. Now to deepen up my crease, I'm picking up Axis. With my E20 short shader brush, I'm going to start lining my upper lash line just in this outer corner. And then as I get onto this very outer V, I'm going to start blending that up. I'm kind of doing like short swiping strokes and then moving my brush up. This is kind of just to lay it out and also blend this onto my lash line. Then switching over to my E25 blending brush by Sigma, I'm picking up this same shadow and I'm going to start really defining this outer corner and making it nice and smoky. So I'm kind of doing like circular motions to really apply that shadow into my crease. And then as I feel like I have a little bit less shadow on my brush, I'm going to start running this into this inner corner slightly, just blending that really lightly into this inner corner, and then do windshield wiper motions and then circular motions to further blend that shadow out. I'm also just going to keep packing the shadow onto this outer corner until I get the darkness that I want, and then I do swiping motions side to side as I bring the shadow in. It's not going to be perfect right now, but when I apply my lid shadow, it's going to really nicely blend all together. Going back into Roxy, I'm going to start blending the shadow out and bringing back this peachiness in this high point in my crease. Just keep blending back and forth. And then you can do the same swiping motions on my lid just to really blend everything out. Going into this beautiful metallic shadow, I'm picking up Adorn. So I'm swiping the shadow on with my finger. And then as I get out on this outer corner, I'm actually going to kind of like tap it into that green shadow just so it adds like a nice little reflect. Make sure everything is really nice and blended and seamless looking. For my lower lash line, I'm picking up Roxy and I'm going to smoke this out first using my Sigma E54 medium sweeper brush, and then switching over to my E20 short shader brush by Sigma and picking up Axis, basically doing the same thing I did through the crease just on my lower lash line. For my inner corner, I'm picking up Electric. Using my Sigma E21 smudge brush, I'm running this on this inner corner and then blending this up onto the inner third of my eyelid, and then the same thing on my lower lash line. To line my waterline and tightline, I'm picking up Smashbox Always On Gel Liner in Fishnet. I'm going to line my upper lash line and then my lower lash line. I'm going to apply some mascara and false lashes, and today I'm going to be using these Lashalicious lashes in Flirtylicious. And that's the eye look done. So I figured if I'm trying out the new Anastasia palette, then I'm going to try out their new lipstick as well. So this is their matte lipstick. I usually like liquid lipsticks better. You guys know my love for liquid lipsticks, but I'm excited to see how this is because it is a matte, so I feel like it should stay on pretty well. And this is the shade Peachy. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty peachy nude, and I feel like it's going to look really good paired with this look because this look is so colorful. I wanted just to keep my lips neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my lips. And that's it. This is the completed look of my tutorial using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette and their new matte lipstick. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd say I actually am kind of living for this eye. I really like the inner corner. I feel like it's such a different take on like that inner corner highlight which I really like. Now let me give you my thoughts and kind of like a review on this palette and what I think. So when I first saw it, I was like in love with the colors. I thought it was so different. I feel like I don't have a palette like this. I love how edgy and muted the shades are, and I thought it was a really cool palette until I used it. Let me show you guys really quickly what happened to the palette when I used it. So I used it for the first time today filming this tutorial, and I've never used it before. So let's go ahead and see. So I have seen reviews that this palette is very chalky, so I made sure that I wouldn't tap my brush in too much, and this is still what happened when I just barely tapped my brush in there, and it became very chalky. And then this one right here as well, I used a fluffier brush, and it still became very, very chalky and had a lot of fallout. And this is what bothers me the most, is that it went into the white, which makes that dirty and can lose that white pigment. I don't know, that's one of my pet peeves. And then this shade right here, which I was so excited about because I thought it was so different and cool. So now when I swatch it, it has barely any pigment. It has like a slight reflect of the shadow, but it has a waxy film over top, and I tried scratching that off, and it still will not become super, super pigmented unless I really, really scratch into the product with my brush, which I don't really like to do because I feel like I'm going to waste a lot of that shadow. So a lot of the shadows, and most of them, are actually really chalky. I don't know why. Even Fudge feels very chalky. Like, they are very pigmented, but they still feel very chalky, which is a very different formula for Anastasia. And I'm kind of disappointed about that because I was really excited for this palette. I feel like I had such high hopes for this palette because of the Modern Renaissance palette, and I was in love with that and still am, and there was so much hype about it, and there should have been because it was so amazing. And this one kind of left me a little disappointed. So I don't know, I'd love to hear your thoughts and see what you guys think about this palette. Leave your comments and let's talk down below. Okay, so for the lipstick, I think the packaging is so beautiful. I love how it's engraved with Anastasia Beverly Hills on here. It's very classy, and I love, love, love. I'm obsessed with rose gold, so I love that it's like a black and rose gold detailing package. And then the lipstick obviously is beautiful. It does have a drag when you apply it because it is a matte lipstick, so I was expecting that because it's matte, so it's more dry, so it will drag. So I did have to just kind of apply it a little bit more, like I applied 2 or 3 coats, and then I just used a brush if there was any patchiness to kind of smooth everything out. But I actually really like how it feels on the lips, and I'm liking this. So kind of disappointed with the palette, but I do like the lipstick, and we'll definitely be trying out more of these and see how I like the other shades. Okay, so my rambling is done. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know your thoughts on this palette if you got your hands on it, and if you want to see any more looks using this palette, definitely let me know in the comments. And yeah, so if you guys want to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter, that'd be right here, as well as down in the description box, and also a list of all the products that I used today along with brushes will obviously be linked down below as always, and that should be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!